Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 in another part of our Aston Martin career mode. Today we are back with the second half of the season. We're taking on the Belgian Grand Prix on the brand new patch at 1.11. We had a classic race last time out. Really looking forward to seeing how this race goes. Of course, in Hungary, it all went wrong for a certain Lewis Hamilton, who crashed out of the race, his first DNF of the season, and he lost out on the championship lead to his teammate Carlos Sainz, who now leads by 10 points in the championship. So Hamilton will be looking to respond in this Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, you would say, is back in the championship battle as well. If he can, string together a few good results between now and the end of the year. So we've really got to be on top of that going into the final few races. I've had a few comments regarding how to change teams and that sort of thing. Now, I will be showing how to do that in a full video. It involves a little bit of jiggery pokery with a coding software called Python. It's not particularly hard. There's just a couple of files to download and install, and then you're away, really. And I think the world is your oyster in terms of how much you can mod the game that way. But all we'll be doing is changing which team we want to be in control of. So at the end of the year, because I don't want to mess up the current save, if you like, I want to make sure that we get to the end of the Aston Martin project, and then worst case scenario, if it all breaks, then we just start a new series. But I will be showing how to do that when the time comes. So yeah, looking forward to it. We will, of course, be changing teams. We're going to be taking over McLaren, who are currently 8th in the championship. Now, the thing we need to be slightly careful of is if we take over before Objectives Day, then we could well be in a position where McLaren fire us, through no fault of our own. But we'll just have to see. It's possible that we'll be able to take over on the 2nd of Jan or whatever. The other thing is, I kind of want to bring in my own driver lineup, although that's kind of unrealistic, I suppose, because driver deals would be done well in advance, if you like. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section. Would you like me to take over on the 2nd of Jan and we're just left with whatever driver lineup we have? Or would you like me to take over on 20th of December or whatever and be able to work out what drivers we want for the next season? Let me know down in the comment section below. Anyway, we're nearly 3 minutes into this video, so let's get ourselves immersed into the action. First things first, we need to do some development points for Carlos Sainz, so he's up first. He's going to be on the overtake. Something for Piastri as well. I am thinking Piastri for the second seat at McLaren alongside Lando Norris. I think that would be awesome if we could pull that off. Let's just double check the car parts development. We have got 3 research on the go at the moment. I believe we're probably going to have to manufacture a new chassis for Lewis Hamilton. Probably, yep, a new front wing as well. What else? Rear wing? No, that's okay. Side pods, fine. Underfloor, fine. Suspension, fine as well. Engine-wise, I think Lewis's is okay. ERS, yeah, both of that is fine as well. Gearbox might be the one. No, to be fair, they're both all right. So let's get those manufactured then and continue on towards the summer break. Manufacturing complete. There you go. And we got research complete there. So suspension done. So let's go for some new research. Got one completed on everything now, so let's head to front wing. When's the next ATR period, actually? I'm going to check it. Is it on... is it on here? Can't actually see where it is. Where's the next date? Ah, there you go. So that one ends and then the new one begins on the 1st of September. So we have got a little bit of time to get another project in. So let's go for that. 50 days that will take currently, but if we stick 3 engineers on it, that's fine. Right, let's continue then. Okay, chassis complete as well. Monthly car development report. I mean, you can see our car is definitely dropping down in terms of how good it is. You know, if we compare it to the rest of the grid, if we change that to Ferrari, change it to performance. Oh, Ferrari are pretty rough actually, aren't they? What about McLaren? Yeah, McLaren are rough. Red Bull, yeah. I think Red Bull will possibly come roaring back at us in the second half of the season. Mercedes are looking good as well. Alpine, of course, always looking good. Williams are actually better than us in one aspect. AlphaTauri, not bad. Intrigued to see Haas. Wow, Haas are pretty damn good in low-speed corners, aren't they? Alfa Romeo, and then, of course, Aston Martin. So, you know, we've got a very well-rounded car, but are we going to be dominating races the way we were before? Not entirely sure. You know, that's part of the fun, though. And, of course, we are researching all for next year as well, to try and keep Aston Martin as dominant as we can, basically. That's the plan. Yep, suspension simulator in a bit of trouble. Anything else in trouble? No. Not particularly. We've got $50 million to spend, but in my opinion, not really any point in investing much of it. Underfloor. So that'll be done by the end of September. That's cool. Right. Okay, let's continue on. Not far away now. Yeah, scouts aren't being used for anything, but I'm not that bothered. Let's upgrade the factory. £28 million. Right, here we go then. Let's get these performance guarantees on there. Do the finish position streak as well. Okay, cool. Right, what I do want to check is any development points. There you go, Piastri's got another one. Staff. Dr. Beer's got one. Nothing for anybody else. Right, let's get ourselves into the weekend then. The Belgian Grand Prix of 2025.
Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. This circuit was built in 1921, and even though its length was halved in 1979, the Belgian Grand Prix is still one of the longest, fastest, and most magical races on the F1 calendar. Spa-Francorchamps is famous for its long straights and fast corners. Drag efficiency will make all the difference here as drivers zoom through the famous sequence of Eau Rouge leading up into Raidillon. But a twisty middle sector keeps things tricky down on the track. The season is about halfway through, And it makes me wonder, what else is in store for the teams? Well, there's only one way to find out. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Right, okay then. I think we are pretty much ready to go then. Looks like heavy rain on race day again, which could mean a bit of an issue for us, but we'll see. So I'll see you guys for qualifying. Right then, let's get ourselves into qualifying. Let's see how we get on in qualifying session 1. Well, Lewis Hamilton second, Carlos Sainz third. Verstappen and Gasly look like they're taking grid penalties with Albon, Schumacher and Tsunoda going out in Q1, then Stroll, Bottas, Giovinazzi, Tsunoda and Nicholas Latifi. Right then, don't think we particularly need soft tyres if it is going to be raining in the race tomorrow, so we can simulate session 2 quite happily. And there you go, 3rd and 6th this time, going out in Q2. Both Ferrari, Perez in the Ferrari, Vettel in the Alpine, Norris, Albon, and Mick Schumacher. So let's get ourselves into race train, and we should have one set of new soft tyres, but we are going to go out there on old soft tyres and basically do a banker lap, which I never ever do, but because of our pace issues this weekend, I am going to go for that. And we'll keep an eye on the 7-time world champion as he goes through Blanchimont into the bus stop chicane, and we'll watch Lewis Hamilton conduct a lap of Spa-Francorchamps on used soft tyres. We'll see exactly what he can produce. I feel like I didn't change signs. No, no, I did. That's okay. Right. So, Lewis Hamilton following Kevin Magnussen through. Should be able to get a little bit of a slipstream from Kevin Magnussen ahead. And by the way, you can change aerodynamic stuff and whatever. I can't remember exactly where it is. Is it in graphics? No, gameplay? There you go. Moderate DRS performs great impact from slipstreams and dirty air. Strong DRS performs less impact. So we are on recommended, which is good. Just to show you guys, in case you were interested. So he should be able to get a little slipstream from that. Carlos Sainz behind, but Lewis Hamilton quickest in that first sector, quicker than Kevin Magnussen, which I think is pretty impressive, considering. Of course, we'll keep an eye on Zhou Guanyu as well and his sector times. We got one of the Red Bulls coming up behind the Mercedes, and Verstappen it is. So Verstappen goes purple in that first sector. What about Ocon? What can Ocon produce? Is Ocon going to go quicker? No, he doesn't. So Lewis Hamilton very, very close to K-Mag here. Still really pushing. This is great stuff. Purple in that middle sector then for Lewis Hamilton. And let's see exactly what Lewis Hamilton can produce here. He's picking up a nice little slipstream towards the end of this lap. And he comes round the final corner, so it's going to be Lewis Hamilton that comes up to the line and sets the first representative time to 40.2, which is enough for pole position at the moment, and Carlos Sainz 4/10 slower than his teammate. Lewis will be very much thrilled with that. Max Verstappen goes quicker though at 39.9, and he is currently splitting the Red Bulls, but of course with brand new tyres on the car, we'd expect that we can go even quicker than that towards the end of this qualifying session. So here they all come. Lewis goes out, and Sainz goes out second this time. The World Championship leader. And we'll be able to hop on board with Sainz a little bit later on. But of course Lewis doesn't have the slipstream this time, which could affect things. But we're not expecting any sort of improvement from anyone except our two boys. So Lewis is looking for around about 4/10 really to take pole position off Max Verstappen. I'm hoping that the new tyres will help him with that in the middle sector. First sector probably not going to manage to go much quicker. He's got a bit of a distant tow from Max Verstappen, but he comes through that first sector and he is slightly down on what he produced last time. What about Carlos Sainz? He's coming through Eau Rouge and Radion now. We've got Daniel Ricciardo. He's going to be the first person over the line. Is he going to be able to improve? Probably not. It's a long lap and not one that you'd expect to see vast improvements on. But in this middle sector, Lewis Hamilton should be able to show what he's made of. Daniel Ricciardo goes through, doesn't improve. So I'm not expecting to see any improvements. Carlos Sainz was also slower in that first sector than he was last time out. So here we go then. Through the middle sector, split Lewis Hamilton green but not purple. And that might say a hell of a lot about where he's going to go. Obviously Verstappen's got grid penalty anyway. Ocon goes second though. Ocon goes second, so Hamilton has to find at least a 1/10 of a second. He comes round the final corner, the bus stop chicane, and Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, is going to come up to the line, and it's a 40.5, which is much slower. Lewis Hamilton did not improve, and that is really disappointing for him. Now, what can Carlos Sainz do? He's coming round the bus stop chicane. Can he improve at all? He comes up to the line, and it's a 40.6, so the slipstream definitely helped. And, well, it's going to be second and third tomorrow on the grid for Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton, as Esteban Ocon will take pole position. But that's a real shocker from Lewis. I can't believe he didn't actually manage to do it.
It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. The work Red Bull did during qualifying was nothing short of spectacular. Now let's see if they can repeat that for today's race. The rain's been coming down steadily today, and teams must be carefully gauging how to adapt their strategies.
Well, no one can ever predict what will happen at Spa-Francorchamps, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be eventful.
Okay then. Right. So, it is apparently going to be raining. We're starting on wet tyres apparently. Well, I don't think we've started with wet weather in this whole series, so that is very interesting. We're then going to be going down onto intermediate tyres at some point, back onto the wets for a significant portion of this Grand Prix. We're not going to have any dry running really, so let's see how we get on. We'll stick a couple of laps worth of fuel in there, and I think it's absolutely worth going at it like the clappers. I really do, because we are going to be coming into the pits fairly soon, so let's go out there and see what we can do.
Well, the weather might be miserable, but the drivers are anything but as they wait on the grid. And here we've got Lewis Hamilton. A second place start for them today. They're in with a real chance. And further back, there's Sainz. They're up in third position, tantalizingly close to pole. Everything's been building to this. Get ready, it's the Belgian Grand Prix.
Here we go then.
It's lights out and away we go.
Lights out, away we go, and can Lewis Hamilton make a move on Esteban Ocon into the first corner? He goes down the inside and he might have a little look here. But it's more his teammate he has to worry about, because Sainz flies round the outside of turn one, and now they've got a big long run on Ocon up the hill. and down the Kemmel Straight. So here we go then. Carlos Sainz with the slipstream. You'd expect him to perhaps be able to get past Esteban Ocon, but maybe not. As Esteban Ocon leads this Grand Prix, Sainz is in second, then we've got Lewis in third, then Max Verstappen in fourth, and this could be a very, very intense Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the tyre selections. Lots of people sixth downwards, electing to start on intermediate tyres. So we have got that change in strategy, and we've got Carlos Sainz having a look at Esteban Ocon round the outside of Pouhon. Doesn't quite work out, but wow, this is going to be very, very close. And we want to get past pretty quickly here. Now, those millimetres are going to get lower. But the top four on wet tyres. And here goes Carlos Sainz again, having a little look, potentially around the outside of Blanchimont this time. Can he get far enough alongside? No, he can't. He's still right in the slipstream here. He's right in with a chance. As he finishes the first lap, still running behind Esteban Ocon. Carlos Sainz off to the better start here, you would suggest, than Lewis Hamilton. But now, is Russell on wet tyres? Yes, Russell is on wet tyres. Oh, and here we go, side by side. Sainz is through. Sainz is through on Ocon.
Simply lovely.
That is awesome, and now Lewis Hamilton has to try and get into the similar sort of position as his teammate. Sainz has got to try and push on now and build a gap. It's going to be very, very tough as Lewis Hamilton tries to get past Esteban Ocon. Sainz already half a second ahead, but here we go then. They're side by side, and is Lewis going to risk it? Nope, staying just behind Ocon for now. Sainz trying to get more than a second in front of Ocon. Yeah, without DRS, it might be a little bit easier to stay away from, you know, the likes of Verstappen, who is, you know, losing out a little bit to the leaders here. Carlos Sainz leading the way, and Lewis Hamilton may well decide to have a little go down the inside of one of these corners. So here we go then. Carlos Sainz in the lead, and Max Verstappen goes into the pit lane. That's very, very interesting. Is Verstappen going on to intermediate tyres? I think he could well be. Let's have a look at what we're expecting the track to do. I think we are going to have to go inters at some point. It might be this very lap. And we may go with Lewis first, just because he's sort of stuck behind Ocon.
So box and pick confirm.
Yeah, let's have a little look at gap to leader. That's the interesting one. Is Sainz going to have enough of a gap to Leclerc, for instance? We're actually pitting Sainz this lap. Onto that, so yeah, let's bring Lewis in as well, because we are going to need to come in.
Okay, so box.
It's a pity. But only time will tell whether it makes a difference on the outcome of this race. You know what? I'm going to cancel Sainz's pit stop. I'm going to keep him out there. I'm going to risk it with Sainz because he's building a decent lead. Yeah, Ocon comes in as well. The telltale will be if Russell comes in. Sainz is building a gap to Leclerc. And Russell back into second place. So Lewis Hamilton in the pit lane. He's away. He has dropped behind Max Verstappen by the looks of it. He comes out just behind Max. And hopefully he's going to get in front of Antonio Giovinazzi. They are side by side in Eau Rouge, up Radiant. And there we go, he is through. Lewis perhaps in a bit of trouble. Carlos Sainz has lost 4 tenths to Charles Leclerc in that first sector. How long is it until that rain? It's going to be about lap 10, so I'm actually going to keep going with Sainz because he's not losing that much time. Mainly because Russell's in the way. Leclerc through now.
Alfa Romeo
I was
just
sort of
moved up a
stuck
place.
in a little bit of a train here. Sainz starting to be caught now.
Such an awesome job, mate.
And the big question will be, can Carlos Sainz stay far enough ahead of the
Aston
likes of
Martin with
Russell?
a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Hamilton now may go down the inside of Max Verstappen. This is just a crazy amount of cars, isn't it? Let's use the ERS. Sainz down. Struggling to stay with those folks. Now, can Hamilton get past Norris? Yes, he can. Just about. And has lost out to him again. Sainz down to second now.
Checo behind, same lap time.
Ricciardo starting to
Ferrari
catch.
advance the race position.
But we know there is heavier rain coming.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
And we're hoping that we can do one last pit stop, basically. That's the idea. Lewis Hamilton is well and truly stuck. Well, here he comes. He is through, and he has actually got past... he has actually got past Verstappen, which I wasn't expecting him to be able to do. Sainz, by the way, holding off these guys for now. How long have we got? Yeah, maybe only 2 more laps, so let's zoom it through. As I say, Sainz may well
Looks like that was a position gained.
have
for
to
Alfa
let his
Romeo.
teammate through. He's holding all of those guys up, which is good. Oh no! Oh no! That's not Hamilton, is it? Oh my goodness, what's happened? VSC. Is Sainz out? There's a virtual safety car. Sainz has got a penalty.
Collision.
He's got rear wing damage. I don't think there's anything I can do about his car.
Birch safety car deployed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sainz needs to come in this lap. We're going to put more wet tyres on.
Yeah, very poor grip, I don't know why.
Yeah, so here we go. Sainz is in now.
Understood.
Bit gutted about that
What do we
because
do?
Sainz, you know, managed to brave it pretty much.
Charge the
But
pack.
Understood.
yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble now. New tyres go on.
And that's a
And
lock.
Sainz is away. So, yeah, Sainz ran wide and then other cars went into him. So, very annoying, really. Let's get him fully charged. Ending soon, so let's hop on board with Lewis again.
Start the charge.
Okay.
And we are green.
VSC ending.
And we're basically hoping for
Recharge
safety
on.
car with Carlos now. We should be able to get past Stroll fairly easily. He should stroll past him. Right. Still following very, very closely. But you can see Ocon is taking out a second pretty much every split that we're going through on the leader, Charles Leclerc, who is doing pretty well on his tyres, to be honest. But here we go then with Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to be able to get past Lance Stroll? He did try. We've got Max Verstappen behind. And now Carlos Sainz is going to be in a great position. Let's see if those can get past Stroll here. You'd imagine Lewis will go down the inside here. And he does. Last of the late breakers, Lewis, and he is through.
Currently P6.
Now expecting it to get much wetter. So, Lewis comes in. He's going to put new wet tyres on.
Box.
I'm gonna box this up.
Carlos Sainz, meanwhile. Oh, he's ran wide again. Crikey.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Charge off, please.
Now,
You're good.
I'm intrigued to see. Yeah, Leclerc, Magnussen are in. Is Ricciardo going to be in as well? Meanwhile, Sainz, I think, is going to find his way past some of the back markers, or should do. Yep, everybody's going to come into the pits here, and Lewis is going to still be in 6th place, but the Ferrari's looking pretty good. Obviously, they've got a dog of a car this year, but Charles Leclerc is leading this Grand Prix. Here comes Lewis Hamilton then. He's going to be coming into the pits. Sainz is on wet tyres already, so he doesn't need to pit. But he can't get past Latifi. That could be a real issue for him. So Here comes Lewis. New wet tyres on, and he's released very nicely back into the wild. Carlos Sainz coming past the pit lane now. And where's he going to go up to? So Lewis Hamilton away in 7th place. And we'll be pushing hard on those wet tyres. So here comes Carlos Sainz. He's right behind Max Verstappen.
Bottas is in pit lane.
Of all people. Let's get him on deploy. Let's try and get him up there. So Lewis Hamilton trying his best to pull away from the guys behind. Still 40 seconds behind the leader. And then Carlos Sainz in 15th. 12 laps into this Grand Prix. Might have a little look at Max Verstappen here. Down the inside. No, doesn't quite brave it. It's Lewis now. Nearly a second ahead of Stroll. And probably about lap 25 before we need to think about coming into the pits. So, let's zoom it through.
Aston Martin
Let's see where Lewis can get up to here.
Up
Sainz is overtaking Verstappen, which is good. Go neutral on that. Remember, Sainz has got rear wing damage as well. So, chance to push forward. Lewis right behind Russell and Gasly now. So let's see what he can manage here. With a bit of ERS up the hill. Whoa! Oh my goodness, the game is not enjoying
Looks
itself.
like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
That was pretty crazy. I'm guessing with all the rain and going double speed. Yeah, not quite managing to get past just yet. Sainz, by the way, past Zhou Guanyu now. Oh, Lewis having a little look. Can't quite manage it. Okay, back to the off-board shot. Needs to get past them quickly, otherwise Ocon's going to be back on his case. I was going to say driving clean air, but I don't think we want that. Let's just see if he can get past him naturally. We could do with DRS. Oh, he's going to go around the outside this time, which turns into the inside line of the next corner, and that is a great move from Lewis Hamilton.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
But the problem is, he used all his battery. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, might have to harvest now. Which might mean he gets left behind by Ocon.
Someone's run wide.
charge.
So it's still catching up to those guys. And now I think let's get going with the deployment again. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, slowly catching up to the back of Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, really hoping for a bit of a safety car, to be honest. Now then, is he going to be able to have a go? Nope, not this lap. Oh, he's now lost out to Ocon, which is a shame.
Red Bull moved up.
But there's still quite a way to go in this Grand Prix, and I think if Hamilton can time it right with the pit stops, then that's going to really help him. So I think Hamilton's going to come in this next lap. Sainz isn't really that far behind, so Sainz can come in this lap as well.
Box and pick and put.
Yeah, box.
Can we delay by one lap? Let's not with Sainz. We'll take the risk with Sainz to try and catch him up.
Yeah, in the pit lane.
Let's get Lewis harvesting. Lewis will come in this lap. So Sainz is in. He's come back out.
Tires are getting hot.
Copy.
Will hopefully be in a great position. Will people fancy coming into the pits? That's the question.
So
Lewis
no need to charge the pack.
will be coming into the pits this lap, and nobody else does. So Hamilton in. It's going on to intermediate tyres. So Hamilton away. Interestingly, nobody else is coming into the pits. Hopefully Hamilton should find that he glides past people now. In a bit of a crossover section. Yeah, should manage to get past here, although didn't.
Who's running wide there?
It needs to get past pretty quickly, otherwise he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Sainz is right there too. Still nobody has come into the pits. I'm still struggling to get past Albon. This is the moment. There you go. He's through. So, how quickly can he get up to
Aston
the back
Martin with a great play there. They've
of
moved
Max?
up
That's
a
the
place.
fastest lap of the race. Sainz. Oh no, I was going to say, I thought Lewis had run wide there. Right, let's get Sainz past Albon as well. Somebody locked up, I don't know
Like
who. It was Lando Norris. Must be okay though. Yeah, both of our guys out of the points at the moment. Which ain't great, is it? Yeah, Hamilton. Now I think got a great opportunity. Vettel's sort of in the way here, but he should get past Max Verstappen, and he is through. Now, can he get past Sebastian Vettel?
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Vettel's going to make him brake. Which means Verstappen's still going to be there. Oh. Yeah, this is pretty harsh driving from Vettel. Sainz has passed Verstappen as well. And I think the rain is coming down again. So I don't think it's worked for us, basically. I thought everybody else would come in, but apparently not.
On the battery.
Copy.
And recharge on. Positive on dash. Recharge on.
Lewis is going to have to come in this lap. It's basically been a bit of a disaster again, to be honest with you. And unless we get a safety car,
Garage has just gone mental.
there's no chance of us getting anything out of this race. So both back in, and we'll be on wets till the end of the race now. Gutting. Need to double stack, but won't make much difference in the outcome of this race. Nice fresh tyres, but
are climbing. Temps are now climbing.
not really too much to write home about. Should make it past Joe quite easily. Making sure that we're harvesting all the way.
Did somebody spin out
Hamilton
there?
through. We're on neutral now. So Hamilton closing in on Albon. Don't know how quick he'll actually catch him. .8 behind.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Need a late safety car here. Looks like Leclerc's going to win it. Magnussen in second, Perez third, Daniel Ricciardo in P4, but what an opportunity missed. And what a disaster, really, of a race for us. Might get ourselves into the points here as Lewis goes round the outside of Albon, which will turn into the inside. That's a good move. We can see how much rain there is now.
This is awesome work, come on.
Wow. It's pretty pathetic, isn't it?
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
Well, Hamilton did eventually get past Ocon there, but... or Albon, sorry.
Oh, they've run wide.
And that's Verstappen running wide, so Verstappen is right in front of us here. Chance to take another point off him. And I guess in the context of the championship, there's still big points to be had. 10 points separating them. Lewis could, in theory, get up to
great play there. They've moved up
maybe
a place.
6th.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
So Lewis right behind Verstappen and Gasly here.
I think someone's run wide.
It was Gasly that time running wide, so here we go again. With Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile. Let's get him on his ERS deployment. Lewis currently getting 1 World Championship point. As it stands, there goes Verstappen, potentially down the inside of Gasly. No, can't manage it. Well, will he have a look down the outside of Pouon here? He's trying. He's still trying. This would be an awesome move if he pulls it off, and I think he will. Oh, he could have kept his nose in there. Didn't manage it though. Well, he is through. He is through on Gasly eventually. We've only got 3 laps to go, so shall we enjoy it? In the company of our 7-time world champion, as Sainz trying to go around the outside of Vettel, and this time he does get through. And now he needs to try and get past Gasly for the final point. But it's another poor race for us. Another wet race that we've just called wrong. At the end of the day, we held on too long with Sainz earlier in the race. Lewis could, in theory, get all the way up to 6th here if he got past these guys.
3 laps remaining.
We are getting drier towards the end of the race. Not dry enough, really, but drier. As Verstappen now having a little look at Russell. We're starting to close in with the slipstream. Verstappen now going for it. Just to get through. Lewis needs to get past Russell now. Well, somebody's ran wide. I think it's Carlos Sainz. Yep, it was Sainz. Well, that is a disaster, isn't it?
We just had a car run wide.
Yeah, this has just been an incredibly frustrating race, to say the least. Go on, Lewis. He's now far enough alongside, I would say, to make a great move around the outside of Blanchimont. He holds it in there. Very, very good. This time he is through. He is going to get the extra point for the fastest lap as well. Don't think Sainz is going to get into the points, unfortunately.
2 laps remaining.
Now then. Still 2 laps to go. And it looks like Ferrari are going to get their first win of the season unless Leclerc bins it. Yeah, let's just zoom it forward until Lewis gets within range. He is very much within range here. It's Lance Stroll up in 6th place at the moment in the AlphaTauri. Well, Verstappen potentially starting to have a look. Lewis has got his ERS on deploy. Big moment this in the race. In these final couple of laps, can Lewis maybe have a look at Max Verstappen? Goes down the inside. But ran out of deployment.
Battery at the moment.
Understood.
And 1 more lap.
So Lewis right on the back of them. Isn't going to manage anything. Unless he tries something cheeky. Oh, and he is trying something cheeky. This is a great move on Max. Couldn't quite finish it off. And it's Charles Leclerc that wins here in Belgium. What a result for him. Magnussen is going to finish second. And Sergio Perez will finish in a brilliant third for Ferrari. Daniel Ricciardo continues his excellent stint at Alfa Romeo. And he's going to finish 4th here. Because now we've got Ocon not too far behind Ricciardo as well. He's going to finish 5th. The pole sitter, of course. And then it's going to be Stroll, Verstappen, Hamilton, and then Russell in 8th, 9th, and Gasly in 10th. But here we come, round the final corner then. No luck in overtaking these guys. Lance Stroll is going to finish a brilliant 6th for AlphaTauri. Verstappen finishes 7th. We finish in 8th place, and then Sainz finishes 11th.
Long way to go, but let's keep pushing, guys. I believe in you.
Yeah, we can do this.
So 5 points for Lewis Hamilton. That's all we get.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Yeah, I tried my best, guys.
And we expected a hell of a lot better than that, didn't we? But it is what it is. Wet races, not our speciality at the moment. That's for sure. Right then, let's have a look at the effect on the drivers' standings. As I say, 5 points gained from Lewis, so he's now only 5 points behind Sainz. Luckily, Verstappen didn't really take advantage in the constructors. We're still 183 ahead of Red Bull, but not doing a great job, I've got to say. Nothing for Piastri this weekend. 5.5 million in the bank, but a a very dreary race for us in the end, I think. We really expected better than that, and hopefully in Zandvoort next time we can get better than that. But if you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.